There are some mornings when you wake up and everything just feels right, you know? A little coffee, the sound of the wind, maybe a few birds outside your window. Simple pleasures that make you think, hey, maybe the world isn't all bad. But that morning, instead of birds, I got an earful of Clarissa Green, screaming down my landline like her head was on fire. I'll shut off your water in 48 hours. That's how she introduced herself. Honestly, I almost spilled my coffee right on the newspaper, and you know what? Maybe that would have been the least of my problems. I tried to keep my cool, asked her who the hell she was, and she practically barked through the phone. I'm Clarissa Green, new president of the HOA. You broke the water rules, and I will not be lenient. I mean, really? Over watering some plants? I hadn't even had breakfast yet. Let me back up a sec. My place sits on land my family's owned for nearly a century. Cabin, private well, independent plumbing, the whole 9 yards. My wife, Eleanor, and I built everything ourselves, every nail, every pipe. So, when Clarissa said I'd violated the HOA water policy, I almost laughed out loud. Miss Green, I said, as politely as I could muster, you may want to check your records. I'm not even hooked up to the community water system. There was a pause, some frantic shuffling on her end, but she didn't back down. If anything, she doubled down, tried to lord her authority over me, like a dog barking at a thunderstorm. She didn't even know who she was talking to. Thomas Parker, designer and manager of the whole damn water system in Lakeside Meadows since day one. That's me. You could practically hear her blood pressure spike through the phone, but she just roared, "You don't scare me, Mr. Parker. You'll see how powerful I am." And then she hung up on me, the kind of slam that rattles the kitchen window. I looked out over the lake, sunlight bouncing off the water, and thought, she has no idea what she stepped into. I'm not just some retiree with a garden hose. I'm the one who keeps this whole place running. If she wants a war, she's going to get one. So I called Rick Henderson, old friend, and the only guy in the community who knows the water system as well as I do. Rick, I said, Clarissa's coming after me, and she's barking up the wrong tree. He just sighed, said I wasn't her only target. She's got the whole neighborhood scared. If anyone can stop her, it's you. I didn't need a pep talk. I just needed a plan. I paid Rick a visit, his office tucked behind the treatment plant, pipes humming like a distant choir. He looked tired. Thomas, Clarissa's making this place miserable. She's only been here a few months, but the HOA is a machine now, hunts down anyone who pushes back. People are scared. Losing water, fines, public shaming. He rubbed his face. She's got folks spying, writing up tickets for leaving a bike on the lawn or porch lights after 10. That explained the weird cars outside my cabin. I always figured they were lost or tourists. Now I saw they were her watchdogs. Rick warned me, if you want to take her down, you need more than your reputation. You need evidence. That hit me. He was right. So I went home, pulled out the old safe, and grabbed the one folder that mattered. My original contract with the HOA, the paperwork that said in black and white that not only did I build the system, but I was the only one allowed to touch it. Most importantly, it proved my place was never connected to the community water at all. I called Tom Richards, my old co-founder. Tom, it's go time. I want you here tomorrow, and I want every inch of this system inspected and documented. I need evidence she can't wiggle out of. Tom was all in. He's the kind of guy you want in your foxhole. At sunrise, I heard the rumble of an SUV, saw that ugly HOA logo on the side, and there was Clarissa, clipboard in hand, with a whole little army behind her. She grinned like she owned the place. "We're here for an inspection," she said, voice as fake sweet as saccharin. I told her fine, but I'd be filming everything. Transparency, right? She hesitated, but her crew marched in, poking around, checking every pipe, looking for anything they could use. They found nothing, of course. I pointed out my well, separate, licensed, not their problem. Clarissa's face was pure granite, but she just muttered about further notices and stomped off. That afternoon, Tom called. We got trouble. Someone's tampered with the main control points, trying to create failures and blame you. My gut dropped. Clarissa wasn't just trying to frame me. She was going after the entire backbone of the community, trying to burn the house down just to kick me out. So we got proactive. Next morning, she came back, banging on my door with her little posse. This time, Tom was with me. We sat them down, spread out every document. The original contracts, inspection reports, technical logs, maps, you name it. Clarissa tried to brush it off, said the HOA bylaws overruled everything. But I had records and signatures from before she even knew Lakeside Meadows existed. I even played back the phone call where she threatened me, her own voice, sharp as a whip. Tom dropped his ace, technical logs, security footage, the whole 9 yards showing sabotage at the main controls. Clarissa started flailing, threatening lawsuits, but the room was spinning away from her fast that we didn't wait. That afternoon, we filed suit, evidence and all. Word got around, and suddenly the people who'd been scared started poking their heads out. Neighbors stopped whispering and started talking about bogus fines, threats, how they'd been bullied. The next morning, Tom called. Clarissa wanted a public trial at the community hall, planning to ambush me with fake evidence and witnesses. I said, let her try. The place was packed. Clarissa stood up there, smug as ever, waving a fat file. She accused me of everything under the sun. But when it was my turn, I didn't just talk. I showed everything: maps, contracts, maintenance logs, my private well, surveillance photos, and that recording. The mood flipped. Mrs. Henderson, sweet old lady, stepped up and called out Clarissa for what she'd done. People started sharing their own stories, and the tide finally turned. The police walked in and told me they were opening a full investigation based on our evidence. Clarissa's face went gray. Later that week, with the feds and the EPA in tow, we marched into HOA Central and dropped the bomb. Proof of fraud, sabotage, fake contracts, money laundering. They put Clarissa in cuffs, news cameras flashing, her supporters pretending they didn't know her. Turns out, she'd run this same scam in communities all over the state, and now she was looking at decades behind bars. Afterward, sitting on my porch, I watched the sun set over the lake and thought, maybe now we could start healing. We called a meeting, packed the community hall again, this time not to fight, but to rebuild. We set up a new committee, opened the books, called for real elections, planned a new community center with the restitution money, something for everyone, not just a playground for those in power. You know, I used to think peace meant being left alone, sipping coffee on my porch, but sometimes you have to stand up, even when it's ugly, even when it's hard. Clarissa's gone, but what about the next one? The work's never really finished. So let me ask you, if you'd been in my shoes, would you have fought back or just moved on? Do you think justice ever really sticks, or does someone always find a way to twist it around? I'd love to know what you think. Drop your thoughts below, and let's see if we can't keep this place honest, together.